not saying that I have been able to show you guys what I do. Just for the simple, like on site, just for the simple fact that I can't bring a camera or a phone on the site. It's not strictly safe. So you just see the driving part. Don't let that fool you. There's tons of jobs out there in the oil patch. If you're looking to jump over here, not specifically over to where I'm at, but just in the oil field in general, you're looking for something new. I'll give you an idea as to how much or where everything is in terms of the oil field that I can think of. Basically, there's oil patch jobs all the way down in southeast Saskatchewan, Estevan, Weyburn, Stelton area, even into southwest Manitoba. Now, don't quote me on that. I don't know how much activity is there, but you've got this little portion down in southeast Saskatchewan. Then if you jump onto the west side of Saskatchewan, you've got a ton of oil field movement or jobs, I guess, or services in that Kindersley area, an hour north in Macklin, an hour north of that in Lloyd. You've got Bonnyville, Alberta. You've got all the way over to Edmonton, Hinton, Alberta, Grande Prairie, Fort St. John, and then back over to Fort, like, as far north as Fort McMurray. We all know about Fort McMurray. So anywhere in that span, and there's probably other ones elsewhere, I just haven't looked into a lot. I'm just giving you what I can think of off the top of my head. And so there's service vendors everywhere, right from the drilling rigs, service rigs, aka the circus rigs, vac, water, pressure truck, combo unit, semi-vac. If you really want to try and get yourself into a union, I don't know how many pipelines are going on right now, but that's something for Google to tell you. Pipeline's really good money. And to start out, you know, I guess you can cold call, right? I'm going to Google list of service vendors in Alberta or Saskatchewan, the oil field, and go from there. You're going to need H2S, first aid, depending on where you're at, and what you want to do. Maybe a fit test for your mask, like I talked about there a couple of videos ago. Confined space, all the rest. You don't have to get any of these. I'm just telling you what I have, and I have obviously got them after I got accepted for it. Yeah, I got the job. Those are a few of the safety tickets that you can expect to get right off the bat. And then obviously there's a boatload more. There's a boatload more. Like if you go north, you know, you might have to get bear awareness. There is in fact a lot of bears up north. I think I'm on the site logs. Each plant that you'll go to after like once you get the job, afterwards, each plant will have its own orientation that you have to give. And so on and so forth. So there'll be a lot of safety courses. You'll need a class 1 license or a class 3 license, depending on what you're doing. If you're just running around as a lease hand on the drilling rig, you're not going to need it. If you run back or water for a drilling rig, you're going to need your class 3. If you run a combo unit for a cleaning service vendor like what I do, or what my company does, they clean. Run a combo unit or a pressure truck without a pop, you're going to need a class 3. If you're wanting to drive or get to the point where you can drive the service rig or a semi-vac, or you've got low bed experience and you heavy haul dozers to lease reclamation, or a lease reclamation company, or they want to build a lease site for a drilling rig to come in, you're going to need your class 1. Yes, I understand it's a bit of money off the hop, but you know, come out here and make a little worth it. And go in there with some tenacity, some give a shit, pull your boots up, put your big boy girl or big boy or girl panties on, and get ready to work, you know. There's a lot of jobs out there right now, I believe. A lot of guys are hiring. I don't know in particular who's slow and who's not. It varies from each company, what everyone has going on for each of their customers. But there's a lot of opportunity out there in the oil patch. Yes, even under a liberal government that's against the oil. And also, so that's the oil field side of things. Now, if you want to get into trucking and do the long haul like I did, you just need your class 1. You can say you just need your class 1, but that's your biggest one is you need your class 1. I believe I said in another video, I can't remember if I put it in or not, but when you go do your class 1, a lot of companies are going to the automatic transmissions, so no stick in here. Please do yourself a favor and do not get the automatic. So you can drive an automatic if you have your manual stick or your manual and like your normal class 1. 95% of trucks you'll drive are probably a manual. And basically, all I gotta say is if you're going on the road, get yourself an atlas. Yes, it's a map, it's a book. It'll help you out tons. If you think you need it, grab yourself a GPS, because Google Maps, I can tell you right now, when you're in a big truck and you're driving through Atlanta, or Chicago, or Austin, Texas, Houston, Texas, or LA, Seattle, Denver, Google Maps can send you in some serious places that you probably are going to get stuck in, because Google Maps is orchestrated for a four-wheeler, not a big truck. So any of those GPS companies, Garmin, Brand McNally, they all have GPSs that are set up for big trucks that'll help you out a little better than Google Maps. Now, obviously, everyone has ran Google Maps. I ran Google Maps for a while until I realized I was tired of getting caught in some certain areas that I wasn't supposed to be in. You know, I remember one time driving down Winnipeg, or driving in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I was just using my Google Maps because I have no cab over, didn't have a GPS set up yet. And took me downtown to where all these one-ways were, and I was pulling a 53-foot van trailer, hauling groceries. It sent me to a spot where there's no turnaround, like basically down a no truck route. And when you see no truck route sign when you're on the road, that could mean a lot of things. A narrow street, weight limits, weight restrictions. I know those are the same thing. Height restrictions. You know, you might come up to a low bridge, and most trucks are designed to not be any taller than like 13.6. And it is on you as a professional driver to figure all of that out. So again, find yourself a carrier that you can ease your way into it. My suggestion is if you are wanting something easy right off the bat and don't have any experience, swinging doors. Get yourself into a reefer or a box truck or a box trailer and haul general freight. Just so you get the feel of being in a big truck. You get the feel of what it's like to drive the big truck. What it's like when you've got 50-something freaking feet out the back. And if you can, please, 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 my biggest advice my biggest advice to anyone that's starting out, that shippers and receivers always complain about, this little tidbit, practice your backing up. Because if you can't back up, it's going to take a lot of extra time out of your day that is not necessary. Because you don't understand that when you're backing up and you turn this wheel to the left or the right, your trailer's going to do the opposite. I like to think of when you're at the boat launch, launching mom and dad's boat or launching your old boat. Very simple process. Back it in there, right? And it takes away the idea of that fact that you're so big. If you think of a truck and trailer and the boat launch, you're so small. Now, in your mind, you think about that, just expand it, away you go. I know that's easier said than done. Like I said, I've been driving for close to 10 years, maybe not 10 years now. So it's basically just like second nature with it. There's a lot of obviously North America runs contracts as well as trains, planes, and everything else. But a big part of how the economic chain runs is by trucks. So there's always opportunity to go and do that. And you make an all right living, but you will. I'm gonna just tell you this right now. You best be ready to miss a lot of key events or important events with either of these jobs, whether you decide to go on the road or work in the oil field. Because when you're on the job or you get the call to go to work and back, and it's, the next day you got your kid's birthday at 8 o'clock in the morning, and let's say a company has a well blowout or they've got some emergency going on and they call you at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can't just leave to go to your son's birthday party. And when you're on the road and you're over in West Virginia and you have a family emergency happen, pray to God you don't, but you have a family emergency happen, depending on how things work, if you get stuck out on the road, you're going to have to figure it out from the seat of your truck or in your bunk when you're parked, and to be able to deal with that. Give you an instance, my mom's mom, so my grandma, I want to say, when was that, 2021 or 2022? In that time, so about 3 to 4 years ago, I was in Wyoming, and I had gotten a text that my grandmother had passed away, and long story short, I got to watch her funeral from my phone in the truck stop parking lot. Because I couldn't be there. I was in Wyoming. So that's one of the things that you have to be able to, mentally handle while being away. Another time I was broke down I was hauling an LTL load down to Texas, and I had some drops in Oklahoma. And right around Christmas time, about 2.5 weeks after I originally bought this truck, and I was broke down for a week. Right around Christmas, New Year's, I spent about 8 days in a hotel in Aurora, Colorado, waiting for my truck to be fixed. And I missed Christmas, and I missed New Year's. Right? Yeah, I missed Christmas and New Year's with my family. The first 4 years, the truck, and 3 of them I missed Christmas and New Year's. That was out on the road. So that's something before you even think about doing any of either of these jobs. I will say, take a minute or 10 and think about if it's something that you can deal with.
Well, everyone, that's the end of her for now. Another day, another dollar made, you know. If you guys could do me an absolute huge favor, I'd be more than appreciative and grateful for it. If you could give this page a follow, Driving with Oz, share, like, comment, subscribe. Oh man, that would be awesome. And until next time, keep that shiny side up, keep that greasy side down, and we'll check you on the flip-flop. Come on.